and completely content in being alone, or you can be surrounded by people and feel lonely. So afraid to even branch out and make new friends. I am no professional in any way, but this is just my take on it. Or even if you do have friends but you feel like you don't really belong with them. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Hannah. Thanks for clicking on the video. So what we're going to talk about today is just being alone. How to be alone, how to embrace being alone. We are in my bedroom. I have my cute little squishmallow here with me. She's a strawberry milk. I'm in my pajamas. I'm ready to have like girl talk with you. First off, I just want to talk about like genuinely, I feel like I've never had friends growing up. And by that I mean like I had one friend from when I was 4 years old to when I was 16, and she ended up not even being a good friend to me, and she would talk bad about me behind my back. She would make friends with my friends and then she would make those friends leave me. After some time she gained popularity and I didn't, because I went into my dorky nerdy phase, and she just had me as a backup. When her friendships and relationships with the popular crew didn't work out, she would come back to me. I feel like I never really let myself be friends with anyone else because I was so afraid to even branch out and make new friends. I was so afraid to even put myself through that, because that means at some point in my efforts to make new friendships I would have to be alone. And as someone who's been living on her own since I was 17, I feel like I can definitely confidently tell you I know how difficult it is to be alone and how isolating it can feel, especially when you feel like you have no friends, or even if you do have friends but you feel like you don't really belong with them. I didn't even have a friend group until I was 22. Okay, that's how embarrassing it is. That's how sad it was. Once I started university, it was just even more lonely. So for me, someone who's never really had a friend group, someone who's really never really connected with anyone outside of that one toxic friend that I had, I genuinely did not know how to make friends. But it's like something I feel like definitely everyone has to go through for the better. Like it really will build you up as a person. It's just an obstacle that everyone has to go through and come out stronger on the other end. Life will test you time and time again, that if you don't come out stronger on the other end, it'll push you through that again. It'll put you through that feeling again so you can learn from it. And until you learn from it, you're gonna keep going through it. You can be alone and completely content in being alone, or you can be surrounded by people and feel lonely. I want to be able to show you guys how I was able to kind of overcome it and embrace being alone without feeling lonely. So one of the first things that I did is journaling. I know you've probably heard of this before. Journal, like write your thoughts, write your feelings, blah, blah, blah. It'll help you grow. It'll help you reflect. But the thing is, it actually really does. Journaling really gives you a place to organize all your thoughts and just lay them all out in front of you. And whether you just write it in bullet points or full sentences, just having a place to set it and express it out is so relieving off your shoulder. Like I feel the weight off of my shoulders sometimes. Looking at it and being like, this is exactly how I feel. It's nice to be able to see it in front of me and almost kind of like a tangible thought. It's almost like I can feel how I was feeling in front of me. Like it's just right here. It's so organized. Like point by point, here's what I felt. Why did I feel it? What happened that I felt it? How can I avoid from feeling it again? You'll learn about yourself. You'll learn about your triggers. You'll learn about things that you're sensitive to, things that are your strengths, things that make you happy. And understanding yourself better actually plays in role with self-confidence. Do you ever learn something about a person, and the more facts you learn about them, the more you learn about their favorite food, their favorite color, their friends, their family, the more things you learn about a person, you feel more close to them. You feel more connected to them. And that's the same thing we're doing here with ourselves. And you'll feel more connected with your sense of self, and you'll feel more confident in the relationship you have with yourself, as you would feel confident in the relationship you have with your friend who you know everything about. And now that I know what she likes, now that I know what Hannah likes, like how do I be her? How do I act like her? Being authentic to yourself is really important. And you probably hear parents and adults being like, just be yourself and they'll like you. Just be yourself and like everything will be okay. But it's like, how do you be yourself? How do you know who this person is? How to understand yourself and how to be authentic to yourself is really tied into your values. Like for me personally, I value friendships. I value connection. So I will put in more effort into maintaining healthy friendships. Whatever little values you have for yourself, like identify those, and like don't even just like don't bullshit them. Don't lie about, like be honest with yourself. Like what are your real values? Do you really value, you know, like honesty? Would you rather lie to your friends, or would you rather be completely honest with them even if it means hurting their feelings? Things like that. Like what do you really value, and live authentically to that. So that's why you have to be honest with yourself. Like really identify what you value, because it'll be easier to live authentically to something that is true than live authentically to a value you're forcing yourself to be. So don't lie to yourself. Be honest with yourself. What do you really value, and identify that. The last thing I would say is just be kind to yourself. And I know this is also a very corny thing people say, but guys, it becomes corny because people oversay it. But people oversay it because it's true. No one will be telling you something over and over again if it wasn't true, right? Don't believe in it being corny, believe in it being genuine advice and words that you really need to hear, and just try to absorb it without feeling all cringe. Talking kindly to yourself is really important. Something I would always say is like, oh my god, I'm so stupid for doing that. You're not stupid. You just made a mistake, and humans are prone to making mistakes. The wording of what you choose when you talk about yourself is so important. The more negatively you talk about yourself, the more your brain is going to believe that, and the less self-worth you're actually going to have for yourself. Change the way you speak to yourself. Literally go in the mirror and talk to yourself and be like, I love you, I care about you, I'm gonna try my best to take care of you. I know you may be unstable right now, but I love you, and I will do my best to make sure that you continue to work on yourself. Like, promise, make a promise to yourself. Look yourself dead in the eye in the mirror. It's cringe, I don't care. No one else is watching. Just do it. Nike. Just do it. Like, that was cringe, but like, fuck it, that's just who I am. I'm a cringe person. Like, I'm just gonna own up to it because that is authentically me. I am cringe.
That is my core value.
Being kind to yourself, talking nicely to yourself, even change the way that you word things. Instead of saying like, oh, that's so stupid of me, you can just say, oh, that's so silly of me. Literally changing the way that you word things, and it's like, no one will notice it. Oh, that's so silly of me, I made a mistake. People aren't going to pay attention to the detailed words that you use when you talk about yourself, but only you will. And internalizing those words, it's only going to affect you, which is why you need to take care of yourself and choose the right wording when you talk about yourself. Also, it really does help to acknowledge that being lonely is just part of the human experience. Everyone feels lonely from time to time. Everyone's going to be alone from time to time. Look at me right now. I'm alone. Granted, it is 10 p.m. on a Wednesday, but Wednesday I could be going out to get wings with friends. But no, I'm embracing being alone right now and filming this video because I enjoy being alone. I enjoy the me time I can get. Lastly, I just want to say being alone is a huge journey. So know that there is no timeline. There's no timeline as to like when you can accomplish these skills, when you can finally be secure in yourself. Because I can tell you right now, as much as I love my me time and as much as I can embrace being alone, I still feel lonely and I still feel insecure time to time. Always gonna be a learning experience, and there's gonna be days where it's really great and there's gonna be days where it's really bad, and just knowing the skills to put yourself back in that happy medium is all that you really need. If anyone out there is really feeling lonely, I really do hope that you take something from this video, and I do hope that you know that we're all lonely. It's part of the human experience. You're not the only one. I can tell you this right now. I was a
lonely bitch my whole life.
What was I saying? Embracing yourself and being by yourself, it doesn't always mean isolation. It's about finding your inner strength and thriving in your own company. With that in mind, know that we are on this path together. We are on this journey of self-discovery together. This is gonna be my little journal series, which I actually really like. I kind of like ranting. It kind of helps because like at this point my ADHD meds wear off and I can just rant and talk about whatever. Probably shouldn't have said that, but anyways, it's just kind of comforting from my side, and I hope it's just as comforting for you to know that, you know, you're not the only one who feels this way. I am here to rant about them at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday night when I have class tomorrow morning. Please make sure you like and subscribe for this video. I will see you all on the next one, and until I see you, good luck and make sure you speak kindly to yourself. Bye.